Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and I'm back for another Last of Us video. So, my friends, it has been a long time since we've gotten official news from Naughty Dog in regards to the future of the Last of Us series. Now, in my last video, we talked about the Naughty Dog jobs account tweeting a bunch of job listings and confirming their multiplayer game is still in development, and based on the job listings, they have a lot of work to do on it. So, pretty obviously enough, it's probably going to be next year or even 2023, depending on how things go. Also, we've got the, again, HBO series, which is currently being worked on. They just finished up the first episode. We've got the potential Last of Us Remake, which is pretty much confirmed at this point. And inevitably down the line, The Last of Us Part 3. Now, next week is a pretty big week. The Last of Us Day 2021. So, last year, Last of Us Day 2020 was originally called Outbreak Day, but because of the pandemic, they changed the name to The Last of Us Day. Last year was a major disappointment in terms of The Last of Us Day. We got some cool art, some cool merch, but overpriced, and not really any updates on the games. Neil Druckmann had kind of hinted that the future was looking very bright, but it has been nearly a year now since all that stuff, and pretty much nothing has changed. And now, it's pretty much going to be a do-or-die scenario, I think, for The Last of Us here. If there is nothing significant on Last of Us Day, I wouldn't expect anything big Last of Us related till the end of the year / early next year. A lot of people at that last PlayStation event thought Naughty Dog was going to drop the factions reveal or something big related to The Last of Us, maybe even the remake. But we ended up getting Uncharted stuff. Now, again, I'm a big fan of the Uncharted series and I have no problem with that, but damn, they gotta throw the multiplayer fans a bone at this point. I mean, it is getting pretty ridiculous. They keep doing these hints, and all these big PlayStation events and things keep happening, and nothing is being showcased. If they don't show anything related to the multiplayer, I can't imagine how angry, I might even have a rant video myself, that people will be. That, you know, it has been long enough for a simple reveal or acknowledgement from the official Naughty Dog account. Last of Us Day 2021 is a week away, September 26th. It is nearly here. So, to get ready, we're going to be doing a lot of things Last of Us related. We'll probably maybe have one more video, who knows. But in this video, I'm going to be discussing my expectations for Last of Us Day 2021. What we could get. And again, we could get nothing. We could get the same crap we got last year. Or we could get something significant this year. I'm more likely than not going to keep my expectations low for this. But please keep your hopes high that there potentially could be something major this time. I know Naughty Dog definitely is working on a lot of stuff right now. It's pretty evident. But it's time, Naughty Dog. It's time. We've waited long enough. It's time for a simple reveal / acknowledgement of the Last of Us stuff you're working on. So if y'all do enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. And let me know down below in the comments what you think they're going to be showing at Last of Us Day 2021. Like I said, keep your expectations low, but there could be so many possibilities of what we could get in regards to the future of this series. So, hope you guys do enjoy, and let's get straight into my ideas on what we could get. At least major things at that. First, like I mentioned earlier, is The Last of Us HBO show. We currently know it is being worked on right now, and they just finished up the first episode, as I said earlier, but most of the characters, if not all of them, have been revealed, you know, who's doing acting and all that. And I believe we may get some images, maybe some footage, maybe a trailer, potentially, of this show. It would be really, really cool if they could do this, considering the fact I am, you know, very much looking forward to this. This is definitely going to be one of the bigger things related to The Last of Us that they're going to be doing in the next couple of years. And considering I always like to see video games, you know, be adapted to a new medium, even though most of the time they do flop, I'm very hopeful that this won't be the case for this show, hopefully. HBO is spending an immense amount of money on this. Next is the one I want to see the most, the big one, The Last of Us 2's multiplayer, which we know has been worked on even before the game released in 2020. It's been pretty much worked on, I think, since 2018, 2019. Then they decided to scrap it from The Last of Us Part 2, and now, again, recent job listings, and, you know, they tweeted it's the first standalone multiplayer game. We know it's likely, almost 100% likely, going to be related to The Last of Us Part 2, there's been leaked footage. There's a lot of stuff that backs this up that this is the case. Last year, some people, maybe lots of people, expected multiplayer to show up. It did not. We are now 12 months almost past that point again. It is time, I believe, for them to do it. If there is no multiplayer at this event, at least maybe announce, hey, we're going to reveal some more multiplayer stuff at the end of the year or at a certain date. But please, give us something concrete. I think enough is enough. It's been, you know, I don't, this better be the best dang multiplayer game of all time, or one of the best, because, geez, I mean, this is not even, we're not even talking about a releasing. We're just talking about a simple acknowledgement of its existence, meaning like a trailer or anything, not just a tweet saying, oh, we've got job listings for another, like, that's not enough, guys. We need something. Give us something concrete. Considering they are memed a lot on Twitter for just posting artwork and merchandise, you know. Naughty Dog, please. We're ready. I think just acknowledge its existence. Enough is enough. So after that, we have The Last of Us 1 Remake, which, again, what if you thought this was true or not? A lot of things now have developed recently that have pretty much proved that this thing's existence is very likely. You know, Jason Schreier had mentioned something about, like, you know, the company that made Days Gone, Ben Studios, they're working on a new IP, and that ended up being true. And they said, you know, certain things have gone on with certain companies, but they did say Naughty Dog, I think some, I don't know, some third party was working on a remake of the original Last of Us in Part 2 style, gameplay-wise and visually, which will be one of the most exciting things I am looking forward to in the next couple of years for certain, because, dang, you all could say what you want about Part 2's story, but the gameplay is phenomenal. And Part 1, you know, it's still a little nostalgic, has good gameplay, but it is very buggy, and I run into a lot of glitches with it, so it'd be really nice to see it reimagined and enhanced, and just... So we'll see. A lot of possibilities with that, but I hope maybe in a trailer that would be cool. Then we had The Last of Us 2's director's cut. Now, a lot of people think there might, you know, with Ghost of Tsushima just recently having its own director's cut, a lot of people think Naughty Dog could be working on one for Part 2, considering this is, again, even though it is one of the most controversial games of all time, it is the most awarded game of all time. It's got the most, you know, Game of the Year awards of all time. It is the Game of the Year for last year, whether you'd like to admit that or not, it is. You know, and a lot of people want a full-on PS5, you know, enhancement. Now, technically there was a PS5 patch, added some features, but there's still some missing, and people think in a, you know, a bonus edition, they could do that, and maybe even add some bonus content, which, again, there were rumors of a Last of Us 2 DLC that might have been scrapped, but who knows? We might get one. Don't count that out of the question, but I think a director's cut is something they should likely consider. Then lastly, the one I think is the longest shot is The Last of Us Part 3. I think it's too soon for anything related to it, but you never know. Things could happen, things could change. I just don't really see it because I think Naughty Dog is working on the remake, the multiplayer, and a new IP, and potentially even starring up, remember, like Neil Druckmann had said a couple months ago, the outline for Part 3 is even being discussed. But I don't really see Part 3 being announced until maybe 2023, potentially, maybe even next year if we're lucky. I just think 2023 is probably more likely than anything. We'll have to wait and see on that. And then other than that, it pretty much breaks down to we're going to get our merch, we're going to get our artwork, we're going to get, you know, all this other little stuff that they usually show. But if that is it, like last year, get ready. The floodgates will be open for anger. I'm just going to tell them right now. Hopefully they have something planned, because listen, this has been long enough. It's time, Naughty Dog. We're ready. So, out of all the things I mentioned down below, if there's anything I also missed that you may think that they may announce related to The Last of Us, let me know. If you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you did enjoy. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. Be sure to subscribe and join about almost the 50% of people that are subscribed by hitting that subscribe button. Please turn on all post notifications. We might be streaming The Last of Us 2 this week to get ready. We might do some Last of Us Day 2021 prep, so stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.